Are you trying to be a light in the world? If you are, do you realize that it's really simple to do that? Yeah, it is. That's what we're going to talk about today on Thoughts That Can Change Your Life with me, Reverend Lee Wolak. We're going to talk about how can we be a light in the world today, in the midst of what we perceive as all this darkness. And I've got 2 words to share with you. Oh, 4 words. Let me rephrase that. Be empathetic and kind. That's all it takes, is to be empathetic and kind, and you become a light in the world. Because just think about that. If you're empathetic, you're really saying to everybody that you're unique and you don't know what's going on in their mind, and you're willing to take the time to understand that everybody in the planet is seeing things differently than anyone else on the planet. And you're being kind because you understand you don't know what people are going through. So how hard are these 2 things? All it really takes is for us to become aware. Yeah, become aware. Because we don't know. We don't know what anyone's thinking. We don't know what anyone's experience has been. We don't know what anyone is going through. We have absolutely no idea. And then when we're talking with someone, if we're not empathetic, we immediately offer a solution to them, saying, this is the right way. Well, it isn't. It may be a way, but it's not the right way because you don't know what that person's all about. You don't know what their backstory is. And that's real important to understanding what the person's backstory is. Here's another thing about being empathetic. When you're empathetic, you don't offer advice unless you're asked for it. Yeah, did you hear that? You don't offer advice unless you're asked for it, because that's not empathy. That's ego trying to come in and make things the way you think they should be. It's fascinating as you start to unfold in your level of awareness, you start to see that the patterns that you've implemented, the patterns that you've adopted for your life really weren't all that great. You know, something that I was always taught, no matter what you're doing, be kind. Why is it, though, that we find it so difficult to be kind? Why is it we find it so difficult? Because we have this innate ego that wants to be right. And if the ego isn't right, we don't feel good about ourselves. Well, the only thing we have to do is we have to accept ourselves. Isn't that the only thing we really have to do in life? Accept ourselves and to be fully present and experience all that life has to offer. And we have the ability to create that type of experience based on the nature of our thought process. Pretty simple, but yet it's not easy. It's really not easy. Good morning to Ian, Jean, Sarah, Maggie, Zach, and Richard. You're the ones that have checked in so far. Hey, everyone else out there, pop in. Let me know you're out there. Give me questions. Give me comments. Tell me what you're dealing with. Let's have a conversation. I love it when this thing gets going and we have conversations about things. Right now, what I try to do is I try to bring an idea, a thought, and I pop it out there with you, and so we can explore it. That's my purpose. My purpose is not to teach you that I'm right. My purpose is not to teach you that I know. My purpose is to stimulate your thoughts so that we can have an exchange, so that we can learn about empathy. Because everyone sees things differently. Everyone. I don't care who you are. Well, no, the Republicans see it all the same. No, they don't. The Democrats see it all the same. No, they don't. Every single person sees it differently. We fool ourselves when we think that we're seeing it all the same. Don't you know? Don't you know? Nice, cool morning, 40-some degrees, hot chocolate. Does life get any better? I'm getting to talk to you right now. I'm in my home. I'm cozy and I'm warm. I love it. I love it. Oh, here's Dion. I love this. Dion's got a great comment. I received a ton of unsolicited advice while pregnant. I started noticing others' selfish notices and that they weren't as interested in my well-being as I thought they were. Well, Dion, can I share a secret? The person who's most interested in your well-being is you. So when people throw stuff at you, you've got to examine it and say, hey, based on who I am, and this is about being self-empathetic. This is about taking time to reconnect and understand who you are and where you're at in your life, and then look at everything. Is this really for my well-being? I get that all the time as a minister. People tell me, well, you're a minister. You should act like this. You're a minister. This is what you should do. If you follow me, am I a traditional minister in any way, shape, or form by anyone's definition? Sorry. Wrong number. I don't fit a mold. I don't behave in a certain way. And I'll be honest with you, I don't give a flip. I don't give a flip what everyone thinks about it. I don't know what NOPS is, Richard. What does NOPS mean? Moniqua says, yes, I have the same problem. I have to understand who I am, and I was doing things that people expected me to do. Yeah. People are always expecting us. Isn't it something how people throw all their expectations on us? They really do. And all of this social media stuff, now I may push a button right now and I don't really care, but this whole woke thing, this whole politically conscious thing, is anyone out there self-assured in who they are? When I was growing up, it was this: sticks and stones may break my bones, but names will never hurt me. Now, what it seems to become is that anything you say can hurt someone, and you've got to be on your tippy toes all the time. I'm sorry. I'm not going to do that dance. I'm not going to be on my tippy toes. I'm not going to play that game. Here's the game I'm going to play. I'm going to look at each of you. I don't care who you are: Kai, Richard, Moniqua, Dion, Sarah, whoever's out there. I don't care. I will know that you are unique. I know that you will be an individual. I will know that you are perfect, just like you are. I will also know that I don't understand what you're going through. I will only understand as much as you share with me. And I'm only required to do what you and I agree that we will do in a relationship we have together. Think about that. Does that make life a lot easier, what I just said? You may say, whoa, you were very serious about that. But think about that. Was that not loving? Let me share you something about love. I don't think I've ever said it this way before, but this is popping into my mind right now. First off, do you know the one thing every person in the world wants to hear more than anything else? This is a psychological study that came up with this. Everyone wants to hear their first name. Because when people hear their first name, they feel acknowledged. They feel seen. So what did I just say? I know I will call you by your name. I will be kind to you. I will say to you that you are perfect, whole, complete, and unique, just like you are. So I'm accepting you. That's love. Then I'm establishing the grounds for a working relationship by saying, I will honor all the agreements that you and I have consciously made with each other. If there are agreements that we have not agreed to, that have not been consciously chosen, I'm sorry. I'm not involved in those. I haven't signed on. So I'm not playing that game. Because right now, society's a big friggin' game. We have gotten so totally away for personal responsibility. I'm responsible for everyone in the world? Are you friggin' kidding me? I have enough problem being responsible for Lee Wolak and Lee Wolak's dog and Lee Wolak's parrot. I can only be a little bit responsible for my dog and parrot. But I have to learn, how do I become 100% responsible for me? That's my work. Not to please everyone on the planet. No, that's their job. It's your jobs to please yourself, not mine. Am I pressing any buttons out there? I'm not seeing any comments, so I don't know. I hope I'm pressing buttons. And you say, why would you hope that? Because if I'm pressing buttons, it means I'm getting you to think. And that's all I want to do. I'm not telling you which way to think. I'm not telling you to agree with me. I'm not telling you to believe me. I'm asking you to think for yourself and formulate what it is that works for you. This is a great comment, Ian. I agree that we are responsible for ourselves and our own happiness. Is there a point that this belief becomes selfish? Yes, there is. It's when I want my own happiness and I'm responsible for it, and I want more abundance, but I don't believe you should have it. See, whatever I want for me, I have to know that it's okay for everybody. Then it's not selfish. So if I'm looking to be happy, if I'm looking to find balance, I want you to find happiness. I want you to find balance. I want you to connect in divine wisdom. So that's not selfish at all. It's when I'm trying to want for myself and take for myself, and I'm depriving others of the very things I want. That's why you cannot be grateful for something in your life and not be grateful that everyone else has it. You see, we've been brought up with the idea that there's limitation out there. Here's what I understand. I can be wealthy. I choose to be wealthy, but I also know you can too. And you being wealthy does not impact my ability to be wealthy. Moniqua says, I think the same way. I guess it's not just what's normal. I guess it's just not what's normal now, normal nowadays, and it feels like disrespect. Yeah. I've disrespected people because I've said, don't let my words hurt you. My words can't hurt you. And I don't know if Moniqua, I don't know if I'm understanding you correctly. So know that I'm saying that up front as I say this. The thing that I was most proud of when I raised my sons, if you can tell. Now remember, before I became a minister, I was in the corporate world. I was a vice president of marketing when I left the corporate world in 2004. I had 32 years there. So you can probably tell that I have a personality that could fit in well with the corporate world if I so chose. The thing that I prided myself with as I brought up Matthew and Stephen was this. If they could deal with me, they could deal with anyone. And so I taught them how to be self-sufficient. I taught them how to think for themselves. I taught them to be independent. That was the greatest gift I could give my sons. I'm going to do the same thing to the best of my ability with my little granddaughter. I'm going to teach her to be independent. I'm going to teach her to think for herself. I'm going to teach her to be self-responsible. You bet I'm going to. Because in the world today, if we could do that, how easy would it be for us to get along? I'm going to tell you, I have the most perfect wife in the world. And do you know why? Because our relationship is easy. It's easy because we've set certain agreements and we honor those agreements. Yeah. We honor those agreements. And the best agreement I can give you, and I've said this 1,000 times, ask for what you want when you want it. If you don't ask me, I'm not responsible for you. And my wife will come to me, hey, did you do that? I said, did you ask? Well, no. I said, I'm not responsible. And she can't get mad at me. Do you know why? Because it's our agreement. And it goes vice versa. When I say to her, hey, did you get this? Did you do that? No. And she goes, did you ask me, Lee? Oh, shoot. I forgot. Doggone it. She got me again. And I smile and we laugh at each other because we realize we got an agreement. Jean says, how did you handle giving advice to your children? I didn't give them advice. I gave them options. And I would ask them, especially once they got to be teenagers, I would say to them, here's several options that are available to you. There are consequences to each one. Which one do you want to choose? Or in the conversation, I would say to my sons, if you want my advice, as you're saying this, ask me at the end. And we had that agreement. In teenage years, those are tough years. In early 20s, those are tough years. And so what I would say to my sons is this: when you want my advice, ask for it. Otherwise, I'm not giving it. That's hard to do. That's not easy. That's really hard to do. But that's the best I could do. That's the best I know how to do. If people don't ask for your advice, don't give it to them. It's none of your friggin' business. Boy, would the world be easier. I got people telling me what to do. Get the shot, don't get the shot, get the shot, don't get the shot. Do you have any information for me that helps me make a better decision? Give me the information. I'm capable of making a decision for myself. I'm very capable. I'm a very smart person. And so are all of you. You all have minds. You are all given the ability to think. You are all given the ability to analyze and make a conclusion. I'm not going to let anyone take that ability away from me. Well, I've got myself on a path today, didn't I? And I've been going strong. But I gave my wife unsolicited advice all the time, and I definitely should hold up. You bet your sweet ass, Ian. Because she's going to dump on you. Keep your opinion to yourself, and you're going to be a lot better off in your relationship. I just share that. Anyway, I'm done for the day. I've had a great time with you. Thank you for being here. Know that you are loved, which means I accept you like you are. Go out there today, be the light, be empathic, and be kind. And while doing that, most importantly, be you. Love you all. Have a great day. Bye-bye.